Hi there, we're here in the Arnold Bee Yard, one of our honeybee research center's out yards, and we're here today with Les Eccles from the Ontario Beekeepers Association. Les is the lead for their tech transfer program. Les started working with us quite a few years ago. What year was that, Les?
2005, I believe.
2005, great. So he worked with us for 5 years, did some consulting work with beekeepers in Mexico, and for the last 10 years he's been the lead for the tech transfer program of the Ontario Beekeepers Association. So we work really closely with that tech transfer program, and they were very involved with this LVG breeding project. So this is our concluding video in the LVG series, and Les is going to explain to us how the tech transfer program will be implementing this breeding system within the beekeeping community. So Les, can you tell us a little bit about what the tech transfer program does and about the tech transfer breeding program?
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, we're pretty fortunate in the province to have a program like the tech transfer program. It's been going since the early 90s when rural mites actually first came in, which is kind of pertinent to low rural growth and how far we came since rural first came into the province in the early 90s. But the main of the program is research and education. So we do a lot of projects on all kinds of bee pest management practices in beekeeping and training workshops. But a big part of the program is the Ontario resistant honey selection programs or ORBs. So we work with beekeepers to select for resistance to pests and diseases, which is why we're part of this project for the low rural growth.
Maybe you could talk a little bit about how you would train beekeepers to implement this program, what the basic steps are in breeding for low rural growth.
Yeah, well, the kind of advantage to selecting for low rural growth is it's actually quite simple. The reasons why the colonies may be resistant to mites might be a little bit complicated, but to select for low rural growth is just a matter of monitoring, which we should be doing anyways, and looking at mite growth, so mite population in the spring, and then as they grow through the season, and their end population in the fall. And just you're basically selecting for colonies that produce fewer mites in those colonies. That's kind of the simple way. So you can monitor using sticky boards, alcohol wash. Those are probably the most reliant ways of monitoring, but it's something you're probably already doing, and you can just use those numbers in a way to select for low rural growth.
So there have been a number of breeding projects started that are more survival kind of projects where beekeepers just let the mites run their course. Maybe talk a bit about what advantage of this system is relative to that survival breeding.
Yeah, well, we came a long way now understanding rural mites and how to manage them. And rural mites are animal health, animal welfare situation. So just letting rural mites run through a colony, that colony really suffers and eventually dies. It creates a biosecurity issue, neighboring beekeepers. And the fact is, we have other options now. We don't need to let rural just run its course and kind of mutilate a colony. That's why we're working on projects like these, because now we know specific characteristics and methods to select for resistant to these times suffer.
Right. So at the end of your selection process, where you look at mite growth, we're then able to treat all the colonies and try to keep as many as possible alive through that. So that's very good and from an ethical standpoint, from a biosecurity standpoint, and certainly having live bees to work with none of us bees with live bees. Yeah. Let's talk a bit about some of the limitations of the program in terms of scale of beekeepers who can get involved. What level people need to be at to be able to do this kind of work.
Yeah, it's always a challenge when beekeepers they take a lot of interest in bee breeding, but often they're starting at a small scale. But the reality is to really select for a characteristic, no matter what it is, you need a very large number of colonies to actually make a selection and make an advancement in breeding. So scale is a big one. You really should have at least 100 colonies before you really enter a breeding program to have something to work with. That's one of the main limitations in a breeding program.
But on a small scale, perhaps an association could pool colonies and select with a bit of guidance and some expertise with some members. That would be another option. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, and that's what we want to encourage through the OBA transfer program and the breeding program. We have resources in place. We have workshops to train beekeepers who want to get into breeding, and that group, that association, they meet, they work together, they discuss and prioritize how breeding and selection is going to work. And so we're always communicating, and so we understand each other what it means to breed and what we're talking about. So we have that in Ontario, and the tech transfer program goes to local beekeepers associations to present that information to coordinate that within the province.
Right. So we provide that support. And in other jurisdictions, there are tech transfer programs that may be interested in helping beekeepers with this fairly straightforward breeding method. Let's talk a bit about some of the beekeeping management that's involved when we're doing this, because for one, if we have to have the same queen at the beginning and the end of our testing, so if a colony swarms in the middle, that'll artificially drop the numbers down. If we split a colony after we do the first count, that'll drop it down. And there's other things we need to consider with our management. Could you elaborate a bit more on that?
Yeah, and that's always a challenge in a breeding program. When you're selecting and comparing colonies, you really want a large number, but they're all managed the same way. So if you split a colony, you have to split everything and split them equally. In regards to rural growth, that has a real impact on how rural growth grows in a colony. So it's very hard to compare colonies and split and not split to look at those numbers. But that's relative to all characteristics you're looking at in a breeding program. They really need to be managed the same way. And in regards to queens, like marking queens, we think of that maybe as a luxury having marking a colony, but like an swarming supersedure, you need to have marked queens to know whether that's happened. Supersedure can happen like that and you don't notice.
Right. Especially in the middle of summer when we're not looking. That happens very frequently and we don't even aware of it. Good points. Back up to what you said a moment ago, you were talking about other things that beekeepers are selecting for. One of my concerns with selecting for only one trait, like low rural growth rate, is that we might lose track of some of the other positive characteristics we're looking at. How would you recommend good breeders implement this without losing what other characteristics they're working for?
Yeah, breeding's a real challenge in having multiple characteristics and evaluating them. It takes a bit of science. Most breeders start with a pre-selection going in, so they know if low defensive behavior is important, which is generally an important one, and perhaps low swarming. You want to pre-select, so before you even select for low rural growth, you've already selected for that and bring that in. That's where you're going to select for low rural growth in. You kind of have to want a pre-selection before those enter into your breeding program. Kind of on the next level though, within the ORS program, we have a selection. It's an Excel sheet, but it's a way of doing the evaluation calculations within multiple characteristics, so that you're not losing and you're not overseeing some of these other things that are important to beekeeping.
Right. Well, good records are. Yeah. It comes down to basics with any breeding program. You really have good records of everything. So when we do our Buckfast breeding program, it's kind of a longer-term process, and we use a 3-year cycle where we raise queens 1 year, we introduce them to colonies, and let their genetics take over that hive. The following year we do our testing, and then we're able to graft from the breeders pick in the second. Just a 3-year cycle. We compress that cycle for this project for research purposes, but personally I think that would be the best approach for beekeepers to take. What were your thoughts on that, Les?
Yeah, it kind of goes back to that challenge of scale in the breeding program, I think, too. You need to have a queen for 2 or 3 years, and so you need to start with a large number because inevitably, swarming, supersedure, you're going to lose those numbers. So what you have in the end for that second, third year, we're actually going to, we call those proving queens, where we prove them over a number of years, and we know, okay, we're going to breed, or we're going to rear queens from that one. Yeah. And that's a real long-term strategy. So that, having the scale to be able to go that long and continue doing that over time. I think the exciting thing with this low rural growth is that we're successful in selecting for low rural growth in that short time, in that nature of research. But it's important to remember, you can't just select for that once and then stop. You need to continue to select whatever you're breeding. You're looking at those stars, you got whatever number of colonies, and you're doing it again. An example in a breeding program, your program, you have breeders that have been breeding for 20 years, they don't start breeding, get what they want to quit. Breeders breed for the long term over and over again.
Yeah, if you're not constantly trying to improve, things are constantly going down the direction. So it's a constant thing. It's long term, but this is something that's important enough that we're working for even future generations of beekeepers with this. It will be a long term goal. We're hoping that as many people as possible can be doing this kind of work. If we spread it out and more is done in other jurisdictions throughout the world, over time we'll be making improvements and we'll be able to share some of those gains that we've made. So Les, your tech transfer program provides great support for the local breeders. Can you touch on the importance of beekeepers supporting those local breeders?
Yeah, I think if nothing else from this talk, you see a lot of effort goes into a breeding program. Breeders have a lot invested in what they're producing, a really high quality queen to produce high quality colonies. So buying local stock and putting good value on that, I think supports the industry a lot. And if you're interested in getting involved with breeders, get involved with your local associations. The ORS program, the tech transfer program has workshops to provide training. If you're watching this, you're not from our area, look for your local breeders and ask them what they're doing and show interest and put value in all the effort that they're putting into raising local queens.
Many people take queen courses and then when they go home they're very happy to pay $50 to see how much effort goes into that. Absolutely. So thanks so much for watching the series of 3 videos. Keep your bees healthy and we'll see you next time.